live on YouTube. Ba, 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 ba. All right. And this is Diva Styles TV, right? Respect the business. Respect the business. And today's second topic is booking regular maintenance visits, right? So this is for the customer, right? So the last topic was mainly geared towards the professional, but we didn't really expand upon the part about the public and respecting the fact that the people need time off. But we can do that when you all kind of like comment in, and I might even try to find some beauty professionals that we can actually converse. I can converse with, and we can kind of, give you all a little bit more insight into that. But the purpose again of respect the business on Diva Styles TV is right here on YouTube and on IG so far, is to bridge the gap between the public and the beauty professional, right? So the beauty professional and the customer or the public. We're trying to bridge the gap in communication so that we can have better services, better booking, not opportunities, booking experiences, right? We want things to be seamless and easy for people to do. And for the public, we want you all to kind of like get with the times a little bit, right? I feel like people can shop online and they can Instacart and do their grocery and book, and buy online from Target and all over the world, Nordstrom's and everywhere, IG, all Amazon and everything. But when it comes to booking beauty uh, services or grooming services, all of a sudden there seems to be a problem with booking, right? And these services, these platforms that beauty professionals are using, whether it's StyleSeat or Regualr or Booksy or what have you, they've been around for a minute now, so they're not new. Yes, they do kind of change up how they do things from time to time, but generally speaking, it's the same. It's the same thing. And so if you're having a little bit of trouble, just reach out to the beauty professional or the grooming professional for assistance. But let's not just not book because it's too hard and we don't understand how to do that, right? Because it's not hard and we can book any other thing that we want. We can shop all over the world. Let's just figure it out, or let them tell us how to do that. So today's second topic is about booking your regular maintenance visits. And why is this important? Why, it's your money as the public, as the consumer, as the customer. It's your money. And I didn't say client. Notice I didn't say client. And I'm going to tell you why I didn't say client, but well, I'll go ahead and tell you now. The reason why I didn't say client is because I don't consider a client someone who just comes. Oh, it shouldn't say randomly. I mean, they could be, right? I do have a few people that I can think of, not a few, but less than a handful of people that I can think of that may come to me 4 times a year, and I still consider them a customer. I'm sorry, a client. But generally speaking, someone who doesn't book with me on a regular basis, I don't really consider them a client. They're not someone I can depend on. They're not someone who I'm concerned about if I'm about to take time off, because they don't come to me enough for me to really, I don't want to say care, but to be concerned with that much, because I guess because they're not concerned with my business, right? So I guess it's like a twofold, right? For those people who are concerned with my business and that come to me on a regular basis, I'm going to be concerned about letting them know well in advance that, hey, I'm going to be out of town. Hey, I'm not going to be available for these 2 weeks or for these 2 days or whatever. If it's a couple of days, probably not a big deal, unless it were the end of the week where I know, or it's a time frame where I know they're going to need to come or want to come. So let's just say, for instance, if I have a client who comes every week on a Thursday, or or every 2 weeks on a Friday, then that's someone that I'd want to reach out to or let know in advance, and an appointment. Say, hey, in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be out, just so they can plan, right? Because what you wouldn't want to happen, and I would think that this would be common knowledge, but based upon the information that I'm receiving from new customers about experiences they're having with other beauty professionals, it's not common knowledge. So, and I've had it happen to me before, where I've started going to someone, a nail tech actually, regularly, like every 2 to 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks or so. And then all of a sudden, now they changed locations. I changed locations. That was shortly after starting to go to them. Then next thing you know, they just were out for a whole week and then didn't tell anybody. Like, I'm like, wait, what? So I needed my nails done, and now I have to scramble to figure out what I'm going to do. Well, needless to say, I haven't been back to that person because I just thought that was so inconsiderate, right? Maybe they're thinking, oh, you're going to look on their website and you're going to see that they're out for that week. I don't know, but that's not realistic, right? Realistically, when I came the previous time, that would have been a good time to say, oh, by the way, I'm not going to be available in the next couple of weeks, just so you can try to, book your appointment around that. Like maybe I needed to come before or no to come after or whatever. Or maybe I needed to come about a week earlier than I normally would come or a few days sooner or what have you. But that she didn't give me the opportunity. And needless to say, I haven't been back. So anyway, um, because I'm not a person that takes time to do. I'm not going to get my brows done, my nails done, my hair done. I'm not doing all these different things, right? So those few things that I get done outside of me doing it myself, then I need for those to be on, a consistent basis, right? And I need people who are going to be consistent, reachable, relatable, professional, whatever. And so, anywho. Why do I say that it's important or that it'll behoove the customer to start booking on a regular basis? Is it because I'm trying to run the ticket up for the beauty professional? No, even though I'm concerned about our coin and I want us to make sure that we're making the money that we need to make. But it's more so of when you have people who are regular, then you've already trained whatever that thing is. So let's just say it's brows. You know what that looks like for that person. You know how to map that out. If it's lashes, if it's hair, oh my goodness, especially natural hair. Woo. So let's just do hair because, and I know I harp on hair a lot, but that's because I am a cosmetologist. So although this is for Respect the Business on Diva Styles TV is for the beauty professional and the grooming professional, generally speaking, and cohesively and all encompassing. It's, I focus on cosmetologists because I am a cosmetologist. And so those are the examples that I have. Now, if it's about nails or brows or whatever, then that's because or a massage therapist, is because I've been to those people and I've had those services done, right? But that's not my profession. That's not my expertise. Those are not my expertise. So speaking about the hair business, oh my gosh, let's take it back to the example that I used last segment about taking time off and how I overtaxed my body because of just doing so much, right? And a lot of that came because I had new customers who had, I don't want to say difficult hair, but it was difficult because it wasn't trained. It was difficult because they, maybe do twist outs a lot or it stays braided down a lot. And so even when I do those things to my hair, I know my hair is going to be a lot of work for myself or for the beauty professional that I go to do my hair. And I will even try to make their life easier by say I'll run into my salon and I'll rinse my hair really well, get any extra buildup off the hair, any hair lotion, gel, whatever, and then I will put conditioner in it, detangle it very well, get up under the hydration machine, and then I may go on to my appointment, right? They're like, oh, do you need me to shampoo? Oh, yeah, I need you to shampoo this hair. I did the preliminary, but now I need you to get in here and do the nitty gritty. But what I'm saying is that, it's just a lot when someone comes to you and they haven't been to a beauty professional, a hairstylist, a hair professional in say 6 months, 10 months, a year and a half, 3 years, 5 years. See, that is a lot. And so I just want the customer to be more mindful about that it's not going to always be an hour appointment, an hour and a half appointment. I know not for me, it won't be. Now, it may be an hour and a half, but generally speaking, we're talking in between 2 to 3 hours. If it's a new client, new customer that's never been to me before, and they're getting a new client press, they're probably needing a cut or at least a trim. Then the new customer press is going to include a hydration treatment. That's time, right? They probably need to be detangled very well. So this all adds up and takes time, right? So therefore, I'm not going to try to box myself into a 2 hour slot or an hour slot, or an hour and a half slot. Now, the problem comes in where a lot of times people are trying to be cheap. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm direct. And that's just what it is. Because both of the services are right there. So they'll click silk press instead of clicking new customer silk press or new client silk press. They're going to click the silk press. So now that only booked them for it booked them for a shorter amount of time. It booked them for maybe 2 hours versus 3 hours, right? And so I already know that in that time frame, they're going to need a trim. It's like 9 times out of 10, they need their hair trimmed or cut or whatever. And so, or they need a protein treatment or something. So my point is, don't try to take the easy route when booking services. Do follow the directions that the beauty professional provides. Read because all of this stuff is categorized. So read and book the proper thing. If you're not sure, text the professional, because I appreciate that. Because then I can go in and say, okay, they may say, oh, hi, my hair is very thick, very long. Then I can go back into my booking app, and then I can go ahead and block additional time out for that person, right? Or I'll know who to schedule at the tail end of their appointment, knowing that I'm Alexa, Alexa, pause. Or I'll know, okay, I can put this particular person at the tail end of their service, or I can shampoo this person, condition it, and then come back and finish this person out, or whatever. But yeah, it makes life so much simpler. It really cuts down on the time that you have to spend at the salon, majority of the time, unless someone overbooks. I don't know. I can't speak to that. I don't overbook. But unless someone overbooks or you're a walk-in, because of Diva Styles 2 walk-ins, if we take walk-ins, then yes, you may have to wait because you don't have a specific appointment slot, right? If you have an appointment slot, we try to keep you in your slot as much as possible. For the most part, you're going to be in that slot by yourself. But if you're someone who's just walking in last minute, hey, I need to sew in, hey, I need a this, that, and a third, a press, then yes, then you can't rush the service and say, oh, I need to be out by this time. Da, 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 da. That's not realistic. So and I meant to cover that in another video, but I think I did not. So I may have to make that a whole nother segment about, not rushing services, especially that ever, A, and B, if it's now, of course, there's times when people just go over and beyond and are not respectful of the customer's time. But I'm saying if they're moving right along, if they're juggling things in a really well-paced manner, but you're in a hurry to get to a dinner, a nail salon, whatever. Life doesn't always work that way. And so I don't like for customers or clients to be in a hurry to get somewhere. Now, if you know for a fact you need to pick up your kid by a certain time, then yeah, you might want to, when you were in booking, say, hey, I'm going to need to be out by this time. Is that feasible? And then if that person knows, hey, I already have X, Y, and Z going on right after that person but prior to that person, that may bump them back and make them late, then maybe you don't want to schedule them on it at that time. Moving on. So for the customer, right, booking on a regular basis just really cuts down on the time, and it helps to train the hair. I even tell folks that are like, hey, I twist my hair at home. I do a flat twist. I braid my hair down, and I wear wigs a lot. I wear sew-ins, whatever. I even encourage them to have their hair pressed out, blown out, and pressed at least once every couple of months. Some people might need them every week, month and a half or so, but at least every 2 months. 3 months is pushing it. But what it does is I think it helps seal those ends so that they're not like popping and getting so dry and snapping and getting brittle. And then it's like you see all these little pieces of hair everywhere, right? And so I notice with myself, with my daughters, with anyone that has natural hair that I've dealt with, when they get pressed on a regular basis, you don't see that, or pressed every now and again. You don't have all of that, right? You don't have all of that because now you're keeping the ends trimmed properly and on a regular basis and hydrated, right? Because we're going to do the hydration machine. And yeah, so you're going to have the thermal seal and all of these different things that are going to go on the hair to help seal those ends. And so you're not going to have just the popping and the snapping and the brittleness and the split ends and things of that nature. So anywho, that get out of hand. And so anywho, that's pretty much that. So coming on a regular basis, I know that some people, people want to sometimes save money and things of that nature. But I mean, your hair definitely will thank you in the end by regularly getting your protein treatments, especially if you have color or if you have color, like if you've had your hair lifted. I have people who've come to me and said, oh my gosh, my stylist has never recommended a protein treatment. I'm like, what? Never recommended a hot oil treatment, nothing. And so, they never do deep conditions or maybe very rarely. So yeah, these are things that need to be done. And I will encourage the customer, don't always just look for the stylist to remind you. Or if it's something maintenance wise or something, don't always just wait for the people say, well, I thought that they're the professional. Well, while that's true, it's your hair. It's your brows, it's your lashes, it's your skin, it's your face, it's your body. They're your nails. If you haven't had a manicure this is me too. If I know I haven't had a manicure in a year, then I can't get upset because the nail tech didn't do it before they did my enhancements, right? So yeah, it would be nice for them to mention it. But if they're trying to get their customers and things in as well. So it's up to me to say, hey, I'm scheduling this and this, okay? And to work that in. Same thing with trims. I've been to a beauty professional, and I'm like, they trimmed my hair, they did that, and they took the time to do those things initially, but then they stopped doing it, and I'm like, wait, my ends. I'm okay, like, oh my gosh, my split ends. Well, guess what? I didn't book it. I didn't take the time to add on those services, right? And so I can't expect the beauty professional to compromise their time, their schedule, their other customers to accommodate me, right? Every time. So I'm like, no, I had to be mindful. And then guess what? I don't think I even found it on the list. I didn't find it on their list. So I had to text them and say, hey, I'm looking for this. And then they told me what to look under, and I found it and I booked it. Boom. Boom. There's something that you can't find. If there's a problem that you're having with booking, there's sometimes when there's things that people want to book. For instance, the client today, she was like, oh, I'm trying to book an appointment, but it's telling me to request. Why it was asking her to request, I don't know. Now, if it's like a sew-in or something, it will say request sometime, but like general stuff, it shouldn't say that. I don't know. These booking sites and booking apps are just ridiculous sometimes. So anyway, I went on and booked it for her, and that was that. But generally speaking, if you have any issues, just reach out. Don't just not book it and then just come in and say, oh, I need to get this, and this, but you only book one service. Okay. Or maybe that means you need to take time out, spend a few extra dollars and say, I'm going to come on and do a consultation so that you, the beauty professional, can tell me what I need for my hair. So that way you're not throwing off their schedule. Your schedule's not thrown off because you thought you were going to be in the salon for 2 hours and you're in the salon for 4 hours because you didn't block your time and they had other clients that they had to service as well. Okay. So let's recap why we need to book on a regular basis. The main purpose of this segment was I really want you all to be on a regimen, right? A regimen that, we talk about a regimen for our I don't want to say diet, our eating habits. We need to be on a regimen when it comes to our hair. Or when it comes to our skin, right? We need to be on a regimen when it comes onto our nails and things of that nature. I don't get my brows done, so I can't speak to brows, but whether it's brows or your lashes, those, maybe not. But I'm thinking hair because that's hygiene, hair because that's your, you might want to retain your length and you want your hair to grow. And so you need to be on a regimen. Your nail bed, you need a manicure on a regular basis. You might need particular products that you don't have at home that your nail tech will know what to use if they're into dealing with healthy nails. Just like you go to the dentist, right? We don't just brush our teeth all year and use mouthwash or whatever and say, oh, that's all I need. No, we still go to on a regular maintenance. They tell you every 6 months you need a cleaning. So you go every 6 months for a cleaning. Well, with beauty professionals, they're going to give you your prescription for your hair. And so they may say, oh, well, you're not one that comes to the salon all the time. Okay, boom. Come to me once a season, right? One time a season. Or they may say, come to me once every month and a half. And then do it. Like every month and a half, you're getting your hydration. You're especially now with it getting cooler, right? We're going to be running our air that is drier in the air. We're going to be running our heat in the car to knock off the chill, and in our homes and all. So this is a great time to make sure our hair is not thirsty. Client today, I said next visit we're going to do a hot oil treatment, but I also told her make sure you remind me when you book, because she'll just say, oh, I need an appointment. And because I trust that she'll come, I book it for her. She texts me. She's older, the client. She texts me. I book it, and we just do it. But then she'll come in, and it's like, can you slap some relaxer here? Can you cut this down? And then it'll be, can you do this? Remember, you said you're going to do that, but then they didn't tell me, so I didn't block it out. I didn't put it in the time. So just making sure that we are communicative, that we're communicating with the beauty professionals, so that we are staying on a regimen, and you will definitely see the difference in your hair when you're getting regular protein treatments, regular and not too much protein. So people say, oh, they think they need to book a protein treatment like almost every visit. And I'm like, no. So protein treatment every 6 to 8 weeks. If you don't have any chemicals in your hair, a lot of times I'll just tell them every like 2 to 3 months. And then getting your ends trimmed on a regular basis. And of course, the hydration machine. All right. Well, that is all. So whomever your beauty professional is, I expect you, and I want to hear from you. I want you to comment and let me know if you're on a regimen. If so, how often you're going to the salon. Are you going once a week, once every 2 weeks? Do you go just once a month, every 2 months, every 3 months, once a year? Tell me what your current regimen is, and then tell me what you would like to do. Like I have a young lady that comes every 2 weeks, and she would love to come once a week, right? So tell me, what is your regimen? What would you like your regimen to look like? Tell me what you might have learned from what I've said. Maybe you've never had a protein treatment. You might say, and so yeah. Now let me tell you, I don't know how to recommend things out of the beauty supply stores. I'm sorry, I don't use beauty supply products. Or beauty store products. I use things from professional vendors, and so I only can speak to those things. So I can't really speak to the stuff that you just pick up off the shelf and try. I use things that I've actually been to the classes and I know how they work. I've used them for years, and I can vouch for them, right? That's what I use. I don't send you to the store picking up just random stuff and just saying, just use that. I don't do that. So if you're in the Charlotte area and you are looking for a beauty professional to help maintain your hair, whether it's natural, relaxed, what have you, then you definitely can look us up. It's dvastyles.com, and we will be able to hopefully service you if you're a good fit for us and we're a good fit for you. All right. Well, that is the end of the second segment for today. And I want you all to definitely, if you're not already doing so, if you're new to the area, you kept putting it off, you didn't know where to go, now you may have a home with Diva Styles. And if we are not the best fit for you, we would love to be able to recommend someone for you. So that is all for now. We look forward to chatting with you all in the comments and on IG as well as on YouTube. All right, y'all take care for now. I wish you blessings and abundance, love and happiness. All right, y'all take care. Ciao.